There are two fish in a tank. One turns to the other and says, "You man the guns, I'll drive." Alright, today we're going to start a new unit. It's called Writing Using the Narrative Text Pattern. Okay, you can see right here. The narrative text pattern is something we're going to use to write a personal narrative. In other words, a story about something that happened in your life, something that happened to you. So let's just review this pattern here. You can see it begins with something called the exposition, or another way to say this is the beginning. Okay, and then it goes to the rising action, up the mountain, and at the top of the mountain here we have the climax, and then as you go down the mountain, the falling action, and then at the end here we have something called the resolution, when the story is solved, or the conflict is solved, or maybe it isn't solved, maybe it's a mystery still. So using this example, the three little pigs, alright, follow this, read this, and then watch the YouTube video that I posted here for the Three Little Wolves story. So pay attention to the Three Little Wolves story and look at this at the same time. Okay? So, what do you think personal means? What do you think narrative means? Answer these questions in your notes. Then add them together. Personal plus narrative, and come up with your own definition. Write that in your notebook. Okay, you can pause the video. After you've done that, let's look at an example of a personal narrative. Okay, so here you're going to click on this worksheet and you come up with this. Alright, so read this example that I provided for you, and at the bottom of this you can see some questions I'd like you to answer. Okay, here. Go through this worksheet, answer the questions as best you can. Okay, and then we'll take those up together in class. Alright, next, after you finish doing that. So, next step here is to think about how to begin writing such a narrative about a personal experience. Well, in order to do that, we have to develop ideas, just as we normally would. Whenever we write, we follow the writing process. We do pre-writing first, so we have to decide a topic. And in this case, a good way to decide a topic for writing a personal narrative is to start with making a connection, either a text-to-text, text-to-self, or a text-to-world connection. All right. So I provided for you in the assignment, which you have seen, a section for brainstorming ideas. Okay, so you're going to complete an idea web based on different connections that you can make to some kind of an experience you've had. Okay. Then you continue the planner here. Step 3, answer questions on the planner to narrow your topic, and then complete the writing template. Alright, there's a template there. You'll see it. It's in the assignment page. Next, continue with the writing process. Draft, revise, edit, publish. Okay, just in case you forget how to do that, here's a writing process handout. You can click on that and it tells you all the steps. Alright, let's have a look at that. Okay, pre-writing all the way down to publishing. And it gives you some background information on each. And we've done this a little bit before on audience and purpose. Okay, here's a section on making connections to develop ideas. So here's a section over there, making connections to develop ideas. We're starting a new unit today. So right in here, you got to practice, man. Unit 6, in order to make a personal narrative come to life, we click here, do a little practice. So the first thing we want to do is choose a topic, right? Joke. So, for example, what does a vegetarian zombie eat? All right. Perhaps
Any
you could make a
guesses?
connection to that. What experiences do you have about school trips? So let's check this out.
Open your
Zoom in a little
textbook to page 92.
So when
So
deciding
pause
what to
this
put in
video.
your writing, try
and get
making
your textbook.
connections. For example, if there's something you
Looks like this.
Is there something you've read, seen on TV, or a movie that you
narrative
watched
text
recently?
pattern.
Is there something
Okay, we're gonna
happening
be
now that may
following this
remind you of an experience
write
from your past?
A story.
Making connections is an excellent.
As you can see, the narrative text pattern has one,
excellent
two,
for developing
three,
ideas.
4,
So look
5
at this
parts.
paragraph here.
Okay, the
One of
introduction,
these school experiences
the rising
was
action,
when I was in grade
the climax,
4, and it was a
the
trip
falling
to
action,
Whale Zoo.
and the resolution.
So think about something happening
basically,
now that
when you
reminds you
write
of an experience
a
from your
story
past.
using this narrative text pattern,
What do you think
you're going
might
to
have
have
happened?
5 paragraphs. 1, 2, 3, 4,
To remind
5.
this writer of an
An
experience
introduction
from grade
paragraph,
4.
which talks about
What do you think might
the
have happened
characters of your story,
to
who is in your
remind
story,
this writer
the
of
setting,
this experience
where
when
is
this
your
person was in
story,
grade 4.
and a problem or
Just jot your
concept.
answer down.
Okay,
in
and
your
you can
note.
make up some kind of a problem or recall a problem, remember a problem from your past. Rising action is the second
You're going to have
paragraph.
to pause the video.
Is
in order
where
to,
you have a series of
think
events
about your answers there.
developing. Okay, so this is
After
where
you
you're going to
finish
use
doing
things like
that,
transition
kind
words,
of got an idea of
sequencing
how
transition words,
making connections
a climax, whereas
helps you choose a
you've got
topic.
the as it
We need
says
to
right
practice
here, the highest point of tension in your
describing
story.
people
okay?
and things.
The
So we've
character
got two
or
worksheets here. One is
characters
an adjective
succeed or
and
fail at
adverb
solving
worksheet.
the problem that you
An example is done
introduced.
for you here. Slow
introduction.
becomes they walk slowly in a
Okay, the
sentence.
falling action,
I'd like you to
right
do the same.
here,
Use loud in a
is
sentence as an
action
adverb.
that falls
Remember, an
rapidly
adverb
or quickly
is something that
after the highest
describes
point
an
of tension.
adjective. So
So, something that happens after the
slowly.
climax. What happens
Okay.
just after
He
the
or
highest
she
point of
walks
tension? The
slowly,
plane is
describing
rising
this
and rising and rising,
adjective.
and then it
How
all
does
of a
this
sudden
person walk?
stops in midair. What happens
slowly.
next?
So
Does
loud there. And you can go down
the
the list
engine
and you can
start?
see
Or
here
does it
and
stop and
put
the
a
plane
sentence in
falls
each
to
of
the
these
ground?
spaces. And
Okay.
then
the resolution
make 5
of
adverb
denouement,
sentences
as
on
it's
your own,
pronounced in
please.
French.
after you've done
Basically,
that,
your
we'll go to the
story's
describing
conclusion.
people worksheet
Okay, the
here.
falling action leads
Okay.
into this.
Looks like
All right.
this.
Sometimes the problem is solved.
So we
sometimes
have
it isn't.
He, she,
So we look
is, and then
back
plus
here,
an adjective, or he,
and
she
you can
has
see an example of
adjective plus
this
a
in
noun.
the three little
So
pigs
choose from
story.
the examples here.
Okay.
He has
Here
a
is
long,
that
thin
plot
nose.
line or plot
Okay.
summary
He
diagram again.
Has
Some people like to call it a plot
long,
mountain
thin,
diagram.
that's two
It kinda
adjectives.
does look like a
and
mountain.
a noun, which is a nose.
Okay.
Okay.
You can see
He
here
has
the
a
same
wide
parts, except for this
face.
says exposition,
He has-
but really
she
it's
has
the same as
straight
introduction.
hair, for example.
Okay. So in the
Okay,
three
or
little
if
pig
you're talking
story,
about
you
nose in all
can
of these,
watch it
just put nose here.
here.
Okay,
They
wide
provided
nose,
it for
straight
you.
nose, crooked
Okay.
nose.
And
He has a
you
big
can see how
or
it follows
high
this
nose.
narrative text
Okay.
pattern. First,
and
the
then
pigs move out of their
more
mother's
examples
house.
here.
Then the
He
straw
is
house
going
is built.
bald.
Then
Or
a
he
stick
is
house is
balding.
built. Then a brick
here.
house is built.
He
After
is
that,
bald. She has
the
thick,
wolf
wavy
destroys
hair.
the
She has
straw
thick,
house.
wavy hair here.
Soon after,
has
the
a
wolf
shaved
destroys
head.
the stick house.
Or he has a shaved
However,
head, sorry.
the wolf
Okay.
cannot destroy the
Um,
brick house. So
She
the
has
wolf tries to
short
climb up
hair.
to the chimney.
She's got short
and
hair.
go
Okay.
through the chimney.
She has
but
long,
it gets
curly
toasted
hair.
climbing
It's
down
not
the
very
chimney.
long. Okay.
After that,
She
the pigs
Lady
clean up the
Gaga,
chimney.
She has straight
and then
hair,
at the
right?
end,
So
they have the
just
best
continue with
supper
this.
ever and live happily
Bleach blonde
ever
hair.
after.
There's different ways to say that.
You go
She's got
ahead
bleached
and
blonde
watch it
hair,
here.
Lady Gaga.
Okay.
there.
Pause the
Okay.
video
So
that you're
continue
watching
with
now.
that.
Watch the YouTube video of the three
Right.
little pigs and pay
Just put
attention
your
to this
answers
plot
in here.
diagram right here. Okay.
Matching
Click on it.
the face
You can should
to
be able to get
the
get it
description.
bigger for
Match
you,
the face
okay?
to the description.
So,
okay.
We're doing all of this. Why?
All the way
because
down.
we're going to write
You can see
a
here.
story. However, this story is called a personal narrative. Okay. I will talk more about that in the next.
After you finish
video.
doing that,
we'll get into
okay, but
transition
for
now.
words. Transition
Please
words are
just
really important to
watch
you.
this
So
video. We use
try
these to
organize
understand how
our writing,
this
right? We
is
show that
working as you watch
we're
the
writing,
video.
say for example, with a
Okay.
sequencing pattern. So when we do that, we're
Thank
going to
you.
click on transition words,
Thank you.
TW. Kaboom. Okay. Transition words connect ideas in writing. There are about 200 transition words, but here are just a few. Okay, choose from the list. All right. Not only do I like chicken, but I also like beef. All right, not only dot dot dot, put a word in there, but also is the transition word. These are all transition words here. Okay. I like chicken. Moreover, I like the taste of beef too. In this case, moreover means also. Okay. Just like not. But I also means also. I like beef as well as chicken. As well as is a transition word. Okay, which means also. So you can see that instead of using the word also 3 times, there's different ways to use transition words. So we have got not only, but also, or moreover, or as well as. All right. So these are ways that you can use transition words. All right. And next one here, all of these words mean but. All right. All of these words here, okay, all of these words mean what it says in here. Okay, and so on. So let's finish doing that by practicing on this page. Okay, try making some of your own sentences after you've circled there. Okay, make some, circle the transition words and then make your own sentences in this space here. Okie dokie. Hope you have fun. Bye.